D, what is a deserving father? What is it?
Father is that is there. Not only helped create a child, but participates in the child's life.
Who can participate in the life of their child in this Western world if the in charge of what happens?
That's on them. They picked him. They did pick that woman too, so.
No, actually, the woman picked him.
Okay. All the time, Corey? Come on now.
When a woman opened her legs, she picked you. Is that wrong?
It doesn't make any sense.
You can have a child by sex. Love don't have to be involved, right?
Right. And it takes two to tango. So.
Right. So when you choose a man and go through with the pregnancy of his baby,
okay,
you are responsible for bringing that baby into this world under the circumstances that be. You cannot blame the father for the circumstances the baby is in, unless that man was your husband when you had the baby.
Donald Trump is president, and I think all women should stop having sex for the next 4 years in protest and protection of your bodies. As we know, if that little baby inside you gives you any trouble and you need an emergency health care, you're gonna die. I think that is sufficient enough reason to stop having sex. Don't you agree?
Women are the worst terrorists there are. Worse than Al-Qaeda, because this is what y'all do. You hold a hostage and threaten to kill it if we don't listen to your horrendous nonsense.
If the man wasn't your husband, the conditions that baby is growing up under is on you, Miss Open Legs. Tell me I'm wrong. All y'all do is tell me I'm wrong. We don't even know if it's our baby half the time. Mama, baby, daddy, maybe. Every man who's been blamed for having a baby, happy Father's Day.
So the misogyny and patriarchy has gotten so bad in South Korea that the young women are participating in this movement that they're calling the 4B movement. The thing is heterosexual marriage, childbirth, dating, and heterosexual sex of any kind.
If there's ever a group of women that's willing to jump off the porch, crash out for a cause that has nothing to do with them, it is the beautiful, lovely ladies that share our hue.
Me and the other women in my life, we've been on that. We've been on the 4B movement. We've been on the 4C movement. What is you talking about? So I think that the 4B movement, if it's not already evident, it's going to make its way to the United States. I am going to do a YouTube video about it, and I'm also going to do a...
Woo! Woo! Dunk on him, El Guapo.
Later. Y'all didn't tell me that there was a name for what I was doing this whole time. So 4B, huh? Yeah, I've been 4Bing for 6 months. Welcome to the team.
And you make it read a letter. The reading the letter. Please. Please listen to her story or she's gonna kill me and you'll never see me again.
I'm done being nice to people and giving them things and giving them the best part of myself because I never get that in return, and I just cannot handle this.
Ugly, look like crime in the face. You ever seen them chicks? I like ugly women though, because they don't ask for nothing, because they know they ain't going nowhere.
You shouldn't have been talking.
You guys feel spicy? Because I do.
No matter how loud, how kind, respectful, how cute, men will still hate you.
Women are talking about bringing that 4B movement right here to the United States.
I'm about to fucking Operation 4B.
Refuse to date men, get married, have sex with them, or children.
All I have to say is good luck getting laid.
Ladies, I'm not saying this to be facetious, but I don't care if you're a rose girl, a wand girl, or a monster alien tentacle girl. Stock up now for your moments of weakness, because I promise you ain't no alive worth getting stuck with a man. None. We are taking off the table indefinitely.
This vote wasn't a vote for Americans. This vote was for men. And unless we want to become the Handmaid's Tale, then us women need to protest, because this is some buttery
Bro, y'all should have been started the 4B movement. Celibacy the wave, you know what I mean? Anything to reduce the thoughtfulness, you know what I mean? The thoughtfulness, you know what I mean?
Or kitty cat for moderate men. And all the things that the patriarchy wants us to be. Clearly, they don't care about us.
No attention to men. Delete block. Do not respond to them.
Government cares that they're not having kids because children are the future labor force.
I'm gonna start barking and getting crazy.
Keep your damn mouth shut.
Do not acknowledge them. Do not look at them. Do not laugh at their jokes.
Why exactly are you going to keep becoming subservient to a nation that doesn't literally care about you?
Wake women up.
I'm doing this for us all.
I'm gonna shave all my hair off and I'm gonna be celibate.
4B, whatever.
4B movement. People shaving their head. What the hell are you doing?
No one was gonna touch you anyways.
You guys stop with the 4B comments because you're not going to do it. You're not committed.
I went to Halsey today. There's a bat.
Do you know how embarrassing it is to women overseas that actually don't have rights?
Shaving your head? Did it ever occur to you to at least donate your hair?
These are the same people who tell us that a bald, obese woman is beautiful. They themselves don't even believe the words that they're saying.
Ain't no way in hell I'm leaving my man. I'm not here to judge anybody doing this 4B movement, but telling people to divorce their husbands is crazy. First of all, this is the type of movement that is never going to work if every woman in America is not on board. What's going to happen is that a handful of y'all are going to leave your husbands and end up miserable and alone while your husband is laid up with somebody new. I'm just pointing out the obvious. I just seen a video and the lady was like, divorce your husbands immediately if you can. Scary amount of women on there that was like, yep, I've been telling everybody to divorce their husbands. And then she went on to tell people to poison, schmurder their husbands. Ma'am, you're advocating for schmurder. No one sees the issue with that.
Did anyone else wake up today and delete their dating app?
Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
Yeah, it's I'm not just talking just removing the app. I full on removed myself from Hinge, Bumble. I didn't even think twice about it.
Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at this.
There's no way I am letting any man near me for the next few years. I've been happily single for the past 4 years. I can wait another 4 years. I am so...
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
Ma'am, if you were so happily single for the last 4 years, then please explain to me why you had so many dating apps on your phone, browsing daily, trying to find you somebody.
How do you write women so well?
I think of a man, and I take away reason and accountability.
Greetings, you polite savages.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Ladies and gentlemen and polite savages, we're now about to embark on a journey guaranteed to anger modern women and harlequins alike. The subject of today's fantastic journey is the 4B kitty strike. The only thing that we can guarantee is that we tell the truth and nothing but the truth as we see it. So there's nothing left to do but get on into it. Are you ready? Let's go. The ethos of the modern woman is this: I must have my way. I must be satisfied no matter what. And they will attempt to punish you in many, many odd ways. But they always come to the table acting like that you are not bringing something that they're actually enjoying. It's funny, nowadays we have the 4B movement spawned on by an election result that they obviously did not like. Well, ma'am, you're coming here acting like we're the only ones who get satisfaction out of the sexual arrangements and the sexual entanglements that we have together. But we all understand that this is not gonna happen because there's only two possibilities to this whole 4B movement. Possibility number one, a few select of you ladies actually hold out. And what happens? The ones who aren't holding out, the homegirls that you think that are always in your corner, backstab you, snatch your man up, and go right off into the happily ever after with provision and protection that they actually desire. Because a lot of these ladies look at each other's men and want them. That's why you have so much backstabbing, so much cattiness. And I'm not saying this is all women, I'm just saying this is a possibility. I want you to look around, ladies. Look at your best friend. Would she jump your man's bones? And the answer is usually, Well, if you have a man that's worth anything, yes. And the ladies who always find themselves with somebody who just really ain't worth a dang, I think you need to ask yourself one question. Whose fault is it you always wind up with the bottom of the barrel? Non-select, horrible men.
Ladies, on the other hand, if you 25 years old and you still walking around talking about ain't shit, you need to get a handle on your life and take some responsibility. What you mean to say is all the you with ain't shit. You need to figure out what it is about your and keep attracting ain't shit niggas.
Because if you actually had a man that you actually admired, a man that you actually adored, this movement would have nothing to do with you. The internet is full of counter narratives of women saying they are not leaving their husband and you're just a fool for even acting like this. So it comes down to it that you never had nobody that you liked anyway, and you're just full of cap. Cappage upon cap. You are lying, ma'am, and no one believes anything that you say because we all understand the truth that you were lonely anyway.
Ain't no way in hell I'm leaving my man. Please educate me. I'm genuinely having a hard time wrapping my mind around what purpose is that serving. Now, me personally, I'm not married. I do have a man, a great man. Ain't no way on God's green earth I'm finna leave my man. Is you crazy? I'm genuinely having a hard time wrapping my mind around this concept.
Scenario number 2. The guys who are you turning down, well, those liberal fellas, because it's not like you were going to ever date any conservatives anyway. And what are those liberal fellas going to do? Well, if they have their things together, they're going to go on and get their passports and start looking for affection and attention elsewhere. You see, you're trying to stop this whole situation thinking that men are bound just to you. Look at the hubris of these ladies thinking that somebody can't go somewhere else and get somebody and somebody's not going to really want them. Well, ma'am, you can keep your dusty butt right here. Pout, dye your hair blue, cut it off, do whatever you think you want to do. But don't be surprised, though, if Maria or Miss Lee, Lupe, or Olga all are walking away with your man. And your guy who's making that top dollar, trust me, he's going to look at you, you're going to hold out and say no more affection, and he's going to go on about his business. And to the ladies who are married actually talking about divorce your husband, fool, go ahead and do that over something this trivial, something this stupid. And this is what we always look at in the world, that people will sacrifice the long-term gain for temporary and very short-term issues. Emotions out of control. It's not like they want to organize for the things that they actually believe in, put in the hard work, sweat equity, and actually get something done. Nope, they want to complain, cry, act like a baby, tear apart their families, but of course, this is how we live in the West.
So when you go on a date with a guy and he sounds moderately conservative, he says something that's outrageous about a woman that's not his mama, his daughter, or his sisters, you look at him and you just get up and you smile and you say bye and you walk away. So moving forward, we're no longer trying to understand. We're no longer educating. We're no longer at your big age. If you don't know what you just said is problematic, I'm not the one for you. Someone else may be.
Honestly, for me, I don't care if you're conservative, liberal, or moderate, or whatever you wish yourself to be in ideology that you follow. But I do have a big ass issue when these girls want you to fall in line, be aligned to their beliefs and values. And if not, they're gonna close up shop, close their legs, and kick you to the curb, treating you like dirt and telling you that your opinion doesn't matter and that your choices need to be dictated by the whims and emotions and desires of a woman that is undesirable and unchosen herself.
How did we get here? But this could how dare you?
That I think if you voted for Donald Trump, you're ugly. I also not only won't care when all the bad stuff that's gonna happen happens to you, I actually want it to happen to you.
Can we start screaming? Can we just scream from there and be like, ah! Like, ah! Misha, don't touch me. Okay, so, yeah, be a part of the 4B movement. Can we just collectively start to scream at them?
And then I, out of the corner of my eye, see him pull up next to me. So I turn and he goes like this, he goes. And I go, oh, sure. No. Idiot. I hate men.
I want you all to realize the insanity, the wickedness, The madness of this world, where if you do not fall in line with what this girl believes in, her social values, political arguments, and opinions, if you dare to come out and mention ones of your own, then be prepared and get ready to be disowned by the unchosen throwaways of this sinister sisterhood.
All the women that's doing the 4B movement, shaving their head and wearing these blue bracelets, do they look like women that you would actually go for in the first place? Like, look at them. Would them be the women that you would actually approach? Like, keep it all the way 100. Like, they look like they were already celibate and it wasn't on purpose. Like, them women look untouchable. The men that I know wouldn't even look at you twice. Like, literally, they will jump over you to get to every other woman besides you.
Polite savages, as you know, we've always been the promoters of Passport Bros, doing the right thing, going out there traveling new lands and trying to make with the intention of course, exploring around, but also settling down with a beautiful, inspirational, and lovely lady that is going to be a proper helpmate in your life. So, potential Passport Bros in the making, or if you're a Passport Bro already, why deal with the travesty of the Western woman unwilling to bend the knee and submit herself to the authority of a man? Go ahead and just kiss the ringer and have that silence. These ladies gotta learn to bow down, because when a real one comes around, what will happen is that man will provide and protect, lay down his life for that woman that's shown him submission and cooperation to provide the resources to form a proper and healthy family, ensuring both of you have a legacy and generational wealth to the next generation.
Do most Peruvians you think like foreigners?
Like foreigners like you?
Yeah, extranjeros.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many of you would be willing to travel to another country to meet a woman that looks like that with that type of disposition?
No, waitress and
No.
stuff. The person that brings the food.
I'm the hoster here.
Yeah, hostess. Okay.
She's a hostess. Shout out to the hostesses. Don't y'all want boss dog? Don't you want a strong independent Joe?
Blasphemy.
Don't tell me that y'all would sell out, fly to the other side of the world and wife up a hostess. Shame on y'all, man. Shame on you.
Hello, peasant.
Maybe the fact that she just can't stop smiling. Maybe the fact that she's wearing pearls instead of a face tattoo and a septum ring. Maybe, just maybe it's the fact that this woman enjoys being a woman.
Make yourself a plan. Travel to new lands and new destinations where there's plenty of women abundant in femininity, bountiful and beautiful, cooperative and submissive in personality. These women, these ladies are feminine in their nature, willing to nurture, making you feel like the most important man in the world. All you gotta do is a little research. Take the leap of faith, take the flights to new beautiful sites, down to Latin America, Mexico, Colombia, Brazil, Argentina, El Salvador, Costa Rica, Ecuador, and any other great Latin nation.
The Western women, this is the greatest thing you could have done. You don't even want to continue to exist yourselves. And you got shorties like this walking around. Yo, it's over. It's over, man. This is the greatest thing that could happen. Shout out to the 4B movement, man. Do you get it, ladies? Ladies, you big dummies. Men will go to the ends of the earth for a really feminine woman. You guys are enamored by her light skin, her wavy hair, and her green eyes. Bruh, but once you get used to that, it's so much deeper than that. What's very attractive about this young lady is her personality.
If you're not feeling to be here in the Americas, then why not take a trip overseas to Southeast Asia? And of course you go to South Korea, Japan, and China. But I heard great things happen down in the Philippines, where there are women of your dreams speaking English, who has an idea of what you mean in the culture you're a part of. And you're feeling a little bit more exotic, but want to go to a country still speaking English. Then the destination is Bali in Indonesia, and then a stop in Malaysia. And if you're feeling even more adventurous, then why not have a flight over to Cambodia, into Thailand, go to Bangkok, Macau, Hong Kong, and down into my ancestral motherland, Vietnam. And by now, polite savages, I think you know me. I find the shades and skin tones of Nubian sisters an absolute delight, where you can take flights into Alkebulan, Africa, Nigeria, Rwanda, Kenya, and to Uganda. Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson.
Somehow, you emotional, most educated women are online putting out PSAs talking about, oh my God, now that Trump in office, we're going to have to implement the 4B movement and stop sleeping with these men. Or if we do, we got to be on some type of contraceptives, ladies. Or we got to make sure we use a protection. Excuse me? It took for him to get in office for you to be doing something you should have been doing in the first place. You telling me it took him to get in office for you to practice sexual discipline? What's wrong with y'all? You okay? Are you okay?
Passport bros and potential passport bros in the making. Make that bread, make that cheddar. Learn a new language and go to where life and living is easy. Where the beesies there have no egos. And ready to be wifeys where you can settle down next to a beach. It's better to gift and what you earned and uplift a woman that deserves it, rather than some of these outlandish, selfish, uber entitled brats and broads over here, and replace them with a prim and proper lady awaiting patiently for you abroad. Do not deal with these domestic terrorista hoes. Why put yourself through the torture of dealing with the dysfunction of the modern woman in the Western world in this horrid, whole slut culture?
Women should have control over their body and what they do with it. But what I'm not in agreement with, Jason, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, is you out here catching all these bodies and then going down to the clinic and then getting this abortion because you don't want no baby by Pookie. All right? Y'all out here abusing abortions. No, I'm not in agreement with y'all abusing it because it's supposed to be the very last option. But y'all are using it as the first. Right? You out here smashing all these different dudes, and then when you decide that you don't want no baby by said dude, then you going down here to the clinic and getting it taken care of. That's not cool.
That's all I got for you, you polite savages. Like and subscribe. Hit us up on all social media networks.
We found true happiness.